Welcome ladies and gents to the preview of the Qatar Grand Prix round 23, the season coming to a close pretty fast now. It's a sprint race weekend this one, so action starting early on the Friday with sprint qualifying. It's a brilliant circuit, the Losail circuit. It's a night race this one, 5.4 kilometers, 16 turns, 1 DRS zone just down to turn 1, 57 lap race, and the fastest lap set by Max Verstappen, a 1:24.3 last year. In fact, it's a fast flowing circuit, medium and high speed circuit, and we get a high downforce round here. Weather conditions are expected to be hot, 24 degrees, but not ridiculous like we've seen last time out with Logan Sargent stopping because of the heat, wasn't he, and getting ill in the car. It's later in the year, so temperatures are a bit cooler. The tyres for this weekend are the hardest in the Pirelli compound, the C1 for the hards, the C2 for the mediums, and the C3 for the softs. In terms of strategy though, we're looking at probably a 1 or a 2 stop. Both are pretty close in terms of overall race time, and so there's all depend on tyre deg on the day really. Like we've seen in Vegas last time out, isn't it? Everyone's sort of switching and realising they're not going to make it on the 1. It switched to the 2 stop. Last time out though, it was Max Verstappen took the win, Oscar Piastri second, and Lando Norris in third place for the race. It was another sprint win for Oscar Piastri last time out, wasn't it? His first win for McLaren, and we had the crazy start in the main race, didn't we? The two Mercedes who lined up second and third, taking each other out. Hamilton touched George Russell. Russell had a brilliant recovery that day though, didn't he? Made it back up into P4. Hamilton was out. Max Verstappen won the championship that time last year. He's done it one race earlier, effectively this year, hasn't he? It was an absolutely great race last time out, so let's see how we get on this time round. The predictions and everything has been pointing to this one being a brilliant race. It's hard to predict, and I'm going to get to my predictions. For the sprint race, I've got Charles Leclerc to take the win, Lando Norris second, and Lewis Hamilton third. Just banking on the Mercedes being good because they were good there last time out with the cooler conditions than it was last year. Mercedes have gone well in cool conditions, but who knows, it could be, after my last predictions, it was an absolute disaster, wasn't it? Can't bank on anything this time. For qualifying, I've got Lando Norris to take pole position. McLaren should be strong here. They were brilliantly strong last time out, and this circuit has been one that they've tipped to do well in. Carlos Sainz have got to start in second, and Oscar Piastri in third. I've got Lando Norris to take the race win, and then a second and third place for Ferrari, and Oscar Piastri to not be too far behind. I think it'll be a good work for McLaren again, back in winning ways with Lando Norris, and I think it'll be a struggle for Alpine. And it's, they don't really need that, looking at where the championship lies. Talking of championship, let's take a quick look at the drivers. Yes, the championship is won by Max Verstappen. He's on 403 points, an untouchable 63-point lead, even with the sprint points on offer in Qatar this weekend. Lando Norris 64 behind on 340 points. Charles Leclerc in third place, 319 points, just 21 behind Lando Norris, so he can't afford any poor race weekends because he could effectively be beaten to second in the championship, which really wouldn't go down well with him after being beaten to the title. If you can finish second, I think that's a really strong campaign from him. Fourth place, Oscar Piastri. He's 51 points behind Charles Leclerc on 268 points, but it is tight between him and Carlos Sainz now, who did close up just 9 points now behind Oscar Piastri, and we could potentially see that a change in the guard on that front. Carlos Sainz in fifth on 259 points, and this is where the real battle is now for the next two races. All the talk is down to the Constructors Championship. McLaren currently hold the lead of 608 points. Ferrari just 24 points now, and they took 12 points out of McLaren in Vegas, and if they can continue that, they'll be level on points come the end of the season. So they need a little bit more Ferrari than what they did last time out, and if they can follow Norris home second and third, I think it'll be pretty good for them on that front. But it's a tough one to pick. But Ferrari second, 584 points. Red Bull in third place, 29 points, so not completely out of it. A real good bring and result from them in the next couple of races could get them back in the hunt of at least Ferrari. I think they're a little bit too far off McLaren now, but never say never. 554 points for Red Bull in third place. The real battle though, and another battle that's going on in this championship, is for sixth place. Haas lead the way. They took back that sixth place last time out in Vegas. They're on 50 points, 1 point ahead of Alpine, who are on 49 points in seventh place, and RB, the Racing Bulls, in 46 points, just 3 points behind Alpine. So if Alpine have a bad weekend, as I've predicted, well, Racing Bulls could be right back up in the mix. Haas could stretch that lead a little bit, but it's all to play for with 2 races to go. It's anyone's to gain. It should be brilliant. The racing, despite the championship being over, has been absolutely brilliant throughout this season, and it's another weekend where I can't wait for the action to get going. The sprint race and the lack of practice really throws things in a mix. We can get some really big and good surprises. So all about whoever's most prepared with the most data, and it actually correlates to what they've seen in the sim races out on circuit. Like I said, it's later than last year, so cooler temperatures, and that will play a factor. And who knows, I can be completely wrong and we see Mercedes dominate. It's anyone's guess, but there we have it. Thanks for the preview. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always. Watch out for the big video, the big news. 11th team agreed. GM Cadillac, the video coming on that shortly. See you next time.